everybody, welcome back to the Cheese Boy channel. This is Colby, and I am bringing you our favorite Bronze Age comic book covers this time, and of course, you know, we've got lots of recommendations and good suggestions from our local fans here. So I just want to kind of start off with that as a thank you to sharing with us. So here's a couple of our fan picks. As we start into the Bronze Age, X-Men titles start to get spectacular. They really start to grow from what they did in Silver Age. Silver Age was good, but I think the titles started to do better, so they put a little bit better people on it. So there was some great X-Men titles. It's like almost too many to pick from. So we just kind of put like a little thank you to the X-Men in here. And just like the X-Men, Spider-Man was really taking off. I mean, it's always been one of Marvel's key cornerstones, but yeah, they really started to amp up their work on Spider-Man and put some really talented artists on it. And again, like it's almost like there's too many to pick from, so we kind of just did a little collage of Spider-Man. And you all know me by now, especially if you've watched a couple of the other videos. This little bit stranger stuff is always like, boop, right in my wheelhouse. So there was a couple oddball, strange things that I thought just had to be mentioned. Not necessarily the very best, but they were very cool, and I couldn't make this video without sharing a few of them. And like I mentioned in the Silver Age cover collection, if you haven't watched that, you should go back and watch it. Maybe not right now, but after this one, go back and watch it. And while you're doing that, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. You know what you want to do. But one of the other things I was talking about in the Silver Age is I really like when they do like a combo of like two heroes together that don't normally go together, whether they're fighting or they're teaming up. I just really think it's always super cool when they do like a little crossover between heroes on a cover. So I had to put together a little bit of that just so you know what I'm talking about. As we go through this, there's like little flashes of independent stuff, but I was really mostly a Marvel guy, and like I said, as I'm putting down these together, you know, it's really my favorite covers. They are a lot of stuff nostalgic, things that I collected, things I really liked, things that I walked in and I was like, boom, I gotta grab this off the shelf. I mean, that's really kind of what I feel is the covers. And of course, favorite covers is just totally opinion. I know your guys' list will be totally different than mine. But I just love to show off stuff. I've been a comic guy forever. So it was, like I said, mostly Marvel, a little bit of DC. I like the independent stuff, and probably the biggest independent from this era is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they did a lot of different artists and stuff do their covers, but I so much like those very first original covers where it's like just two-tone. Just they were just super eye-catching, and I picked up. I never had a #1 first edition, but I picked up the Turtles from off the shelf just from this cover, from the covers at the very beginning, because they were just so different and so eye-catching. So I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the, like, to me, this is essential Turtle. And in that kind of vein of colors, there was a couple Marvel ones that the colors just really popped on me. Also, that kind of I couldn't leave them out. Like there's a Spider Woman, and just the way her suit blends in with the background, I always thought was just super cool. And then there's Doctor Strange one where it's like he's color and the rest is black and white, and I always thought that one was really great. There's a ton more, but oh my goodness, Bronze Age is just so big. I try to keep this video from being like 2 hours long, so I'm gonna, just the best of my favorites, I guess. And I'm not 100% sure on how Swamp Thing and Man Thing did back then, but man, it seemed like they had some really, really high-end, high-quality artists doing those two for Marvel and for DC, and it didn't ever seem like the blow off the shelf popular comic, but man, they had some just killer covers that just that looked so good you just had to pick it up because it just popped. So yeah, go Swamp Thing, go Man Thing. I mean, keeping us buying comics. Kind of like I was saying, the Bronze Age is daunting how big it is, and how much stuff actually came out. I didn't even imagine until I started going through covers, and I was like, wow, this is a list of like 1,000 covers that I have to narrow down. And kind of like I said before, keeping Goofy off, like super Goofy off, and then keeping Batman off. We're doing Batman getting its own category because Batman is just so iconic on its own. I certainly could have done a Spider-Man and an X-Men by themselves, and maybe I will eventually. But in that, here's kind of my runners-up. These were like ones that I just always just grabbed me, and I guess they should be in the top 10. So I kind of did like a little runner-up, little montage here, just because these covers are just I thought were great, and they just needed to be recognized. Okay, now we are getting down to my top 5. And so I put the like 5, 4, 3, 2 kind of in order, kind of would just quick through them, and And I hope you guys like, and certainly comment if you disagree or if you agree. Once you got into this era of comics, there are so many big names. It was hard. Like I couldn't do something on every single artist. There's just too many great ones. But here was my five through two. Okay, now we're down to the final one, my favorite comic from the Bronze Age era, cover-wise. And I know people will be like, "Oh, that's cool. Why do you like that? You're a weirdo." But for some reason, man, this one issue, like this comic cover, just when I think back to that era, this is the one that pops in my head as like just the very coolest cover from like the whole, from 1970 to 1985, and we're actually pushing kind of close to the 85 here. I think it's 84. But man, this is I don't know why, but man, this cover just was always just my fave. I always loved this cover. So that's my list of stuff. I hope you guys liked watching our video. Let me know if you want me to keep doing stuff. Like I said, I'm already working on a Batman one, and I've already got some of your guys' recommendations on that. So we're definitely doing at least one more. But yeah, I think we'll do an independent one. We got a Batman. We got a Goofy cover one coming up. I love putting these together. I've been collecting forever, and I just love sharing. Especially like when it's not necessarily key issues and just kind of stuff that maybe nobody's seen or nobody's heard of, or just the oddball stuff. That's really my cup of tea. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, subscribe, follow, comment. Tell me what you want to see. Tell me what you liked about this video, what you didn't like about this video. If favorite artists, especially if you want to see like a whole video on a favorite artist, I can go back and do a history and like talk about the artist itself, himself, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, because I'm like, certainly we got 1,000 McFarlane covers and 1,000 Jim Lee covers that are spectacular. So just let me know, and hope you enjoyed. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
This real life catastrophe, I'd rather live in an RPG. Creating who I want and how I want to be. There'd be no rent or power bills. I'd just go out and hone my skills, defeating enemies for gold and XP.